Rising from the Ashes, Bikini Atoll's story of destruction and resilience. Adapted from the Bikini Atoll tests, paradise turned into a nuclear proving ground. Let me take you to a sun-soaked island paradise, where the breeze is as gentle as a whisper and the turquoise lagoon sparkles under the golden sun. This is Bikini Atoll, part of the Marshall Islands in the vast Pacific Ocean. In the soft rustle of the palm leaves, you can almost hear an island choir singing harmonies with the earth. But wait, something transformative, something cataclysmic is on the horizon, about to paint this serene picture in hues of fear and disbelief. It is here, in this tranquil Eden, that the shadows of the atomic age will cast their longest and darkest reach. Picture this: soldiers in naval whites, scientists with stern jaws and steel eyes, a flurry of activity overtaking the calm. The year is 1946, and the United States military has set its sights on this peaceful paradise as a proving ground for nuclear weapons. We're talking not just experiments, but spectacles of power that would stun the world and redefine humanity's capabilities. It's a stage set for a drama of unimaginable scale, where sea, sky, and land will be torn asunder. In this serene atoll, peace is about to be shattered. A tropical paradise poised on the precipice of apocalyptic upheaval. It's the beginning of a story that ripples through time, leaving echoes we still hear today. But why Bikini Atoll? And what will become of it once the storm of science roars through? Let's unpeel this fascinating, unsettling story. A tale stranger and more unsettling than any fiction. Are you ready to dive deeper? Imagine a world where time flows like the gentle tide against the silky shores. For generations, the people of Bikini Atoll lived in harmonious rhythm with their island. Their days were filled with coconut harvests, fishing excursions, and storytelling by the fireside under star-studded skies. This was a community rich in tradition and spirit, bound not only by family, but by the island itself, which provided all their needs. The atoll was not just a home, it was a sanctuary, a living history of a people who had mastered the art of island living. These were not just idyllic lifestyles, but profound relationships between land and culture, made tangible through dances, songs, and oral legends passed down with reverence. But in 1946, whispers of change arrived as foreign boats encroached their pristine waters. For the US officials involved, the atoll was a convenient, remote theatre for the dramatic displays of atomic power they envisioned. Did the inhabitants comprehend the enormity of what was coming? How could they, when their world was on the brink of being turned upside down? This unspoiled paradise was about to become a laboratory for humanity's most lethal and unpredictable experiments, altering not just landscapes, but the very fabric of its life. The faint rumble of an approaching storm could be felt, a storm that would leave an indelible mark on their future, as well as the course of history. Can you imagine such a profound, unsettling transition from a life of peace to the forefront of global history? It's like watching a beautiful tapestry being pulled apart, thread by thread. Here come the main players in our unfolding drama. Picture the stark contrast. The sun-bronzed islanders, unassuming in their traditional garb, versus the crisp-pressed uniforms of American naval officers and the somber tweeds of scientists, all converging on the sands of Bikini Atoll. Leading this charge from the US side was Vice Admiral William H.P. Blandy, a man whose name would soon be etched in the annals of history. His mission? To showcase America's nuclear might in an operation called Crossroads, a fittingly prophetic name. But his task was not easy. The island's inhabitants were no mere extras in this tale. They were people with histories, dreams, and deep-rooted ties to their atoll. Their leader, King Judah, faced the heart-wrenching task of negotiating their fate under this new, improbable agenda. He was the voice of a people treading uncertain waters, caught between duty to their homeland and unfamiliar forces too powerful to resist. And of course, at the heart of this atomic ballet were the scientists, masters of physics and pioneers of the nuclear age. With clipboards and calculating minds, they were there to measure, predict, analyze. In their hands, the awe-inspiring force of the atom became both an instrument of science and a symbol of terrifying power. As the stage was set, these characters, each with contrasting ideals and passions, prepared for their roles in this unprecedented chapter of history. What would transpire was a complex dance of diplomacy, humanity, and science, culminating in an event that defies belief. The date was set, July 1st, 1946. The air was thick with anticipation and uncertainty as Bikini Atoll prepared to bear witness to an event that would dwarf all its natural spectacles. Operation Crossroads began with Able, the first explosive test, a $2 billion demonstration of newfound power perched atop a metal tower like a bombastic crown. Early that morning, as dawn's light timidly crept across the water, the island vibrated with anxious preparation. Ships, actors in this audacious play saturated with impending doom, lay anchored in the lagoon, ghostly still against the dazzling sea. In that stillness, a horrific beauty bloomed. At the heart of this artificial chaos, the bomb detonated in a cataclysmic bouquet of fire and fury. Time seemed to falter, capturing the explosion in a single eternal moment. A mushroom cloud clawed its way skyward, majestic yet monstrous. The thundering roar that followed shattered the serene morning, a sound both awe-inspiring and terrifying. For the onlookers, the scientists from afar, and the evacuated inhabitants held back from their island paradise, it was an incomprehensible scene. A demonstration so grandiose and destructive that reality itself seemed to swell and crack. This was indisputable evidence of mankind's unprecedented dominion over nature, a stark reminder of the shadow that the atomic age would cast over the world. Would the price of progress prove unbearable? Years after the thunder of the nuclear blasts faded into the ocean breeze, the echoes of Bikini Atoll's transformation continued to resonate. What looked like paradise had become a symbol of modern hubris, where once tranquil waters now harboured poisoned memories. For the displaced Bikinians, the legacy was a profound and personal upheaval. Their lives had been forever altered. Their land was deemed uninhabitable due to radiation, and the promise of a swift return faded into a decades-long exile. Generations carried the weight of promises broken and homes irreparably changed. Globally, the world's eyes opened to the duality of the atomic age. The tests at Bikini Atoll provided stark testament to the awesome and awful increase in human power. They became cautionary tales stitched into modern consciousness, reminders of a time when lines were crossed in the name of progress. Scientific debates swirled around safety, patrol, and control. The island became a beacon, both warning and reminder of the cataclysmic potential humans wield and the diplomacy required to rein it in. In essence, Bikini Atoll transformed into a painful but necessary icon of reflection. In this legacy lies a perennial story about humanity's unrelenting march toward progress, and the sweeping cost that blue horizons sometimes conceal. The soft breeze on this artificial shoreline is filled with whispers of the past, whispers that attempt to inform the future. And as we ponder, we are left to ask ourselves, in a world that constantly redefines what is possible, do we truly understand where such paths lead?